Hello, my friends. I'm again in a noisy place and I again hope that you can hear me. I'm again by the river, but this time in the city of Tarapoto. It's kind of a big city in Peru, the jungle, but this is the place where there is some nature. I know this place, most of the people don't know this place. There is some nature here, so this is the place that sometimes I come here when I'm in this city. Uh, it's nothing like my place in the wild jungle. I'm actually beneath this bridge. Beneath this bridge. And I came yesterday. The thing is to get some things done. I have to get some ayahuasca for the upcoming shamanic retreat, which I'm gonna meet with my shaman friend and get ayahuasca from him in a couple of hours. And I also am eating foods to get some nutrition back into my body because, as you can see, I got much skinnier with the retreat I have done myself, dieting a plant, Bobinsana. I have dieted for the last 2-3 weeks, which made me lose a lot of weight. Yesterday when I came, I found a scale to test my body weight, and my body weight was 70 kilos. Usually my body weight is like 76, 77, around that. So from 77 to 70 kilos, I lost like tenth or 10% of my body weight with the dieta and the eating regime and things that I had been undergoing when I was dieting the plant, Bobinsana plant. And this is why, as I'm saying, I lost weight and I also lost strength to the point that it was even difficult to sit in meditation, which is not something that I enjoy, not being able to sit in meditation. I want to be able to sit and do my pranayamas and do my things. So as soon as I got here, I started eating things that I felt would give me replenish my minerals and things like fish, and things and vegetables. So I already feel way better physically than yesterday. Uh, but at the same time, I really want to go back to the jungle. I really want to go to my place. Being in a big city here with people is not something I particularly enjoy. Noises and such, and the whole energy is different. I miss my place. I miss my solitude. I miss the jungle. Indeed, I don't feel nowhere. I don't feel the same being here, but I have some things to do, and let's see if I go back to the jungle tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Let's see how things go. I'm trying to do the things the best way I can, and I think I'm doing a good work in that. Yeah, and again, this is the place. Uh, this is the place that I know already, like almost 10 years ago. It was the first time I came here to this place. So as you know, I have lived in Peru for more than a decade. From 2009, I think, is when I came. Now it's 2023, so how many years? It was 14 years, right? 14 years. 14 years I'm in Peru. And I love Peru. This is my place. I feel more at home here than anywhere else. Mm. Well, anyways, just wanted to share with you what I'm living, what is happening. It is not particularly interesting for me to share, nor it is easy. I don't find it easy for me to make videos and talk in front of camera. I find it like it's not something I really like to do, but I also feel like I have to do this. Like it's a good thing for me to do, and therefore I do this. Also, when I look to myself, I look really raw. I look really rough with all of this mustache and this hair and all of this, you know, being more skinny but at the same time muscular, you know, and looking like a freaking beast, looking really raw. And that's also the way I feel, especially after the dieta I have done, as I'm saying, shamanic dieta, 3 weeks long, almost 3 weeks, Bobinsana. Makes you feel freaking raw when you do this dieta, when you undergo austerities, when you undergo, or when you're like fasting and doing things like that, undergoing uncomfortable things and situations it changes you. It makes you more raw, more like tough. And even if I lost weight and I'm physically weaker, but at the same time within me, in my spirit, I feel very strong, and I feel a lot of fire element, a lot of power in me. I feel so much power in me that, man, I think that I can frighten people just by looking at them in a certain way. That is also the way I felt when I came to the city yesterday. It's like seeing all of the people weak and sissy and just, you know, in their comfortable lives, seeing them kind of really, really weak. You know, when you yourself undergo strenuous and intense things, intensity, austerities, or shamanic dieta, and then when you see other people, normal, everyday people in a big city, you cannot help but see them weak, weak and sissy-like and like not really intelligent. I don't like to say the word stupid because it sounds like disrespectful, but like seeing the way people are is like very different, uh, and you see it more more of this when you yourself undergo some intense yoga or shamanic regime yourself. So even though physically I may look weakened, but at the same time within myself I feel very strong. I'm very strong. There's a lot of fire, and I kind of like to see that in me. I kind of like to see, for example, the way I look, my face and my physique. Although I look exhausted and weakened, but at the same time, I like to see that roughness, that intensity in me, that these processes, these spiritual or shamanic or yogic processes brings in you. I love to see that. I love to see that in me, and this is what I'm also grateful for, to experience this in myself, to be able to go under these hardcore regimes myself and experience this thing which I so much appreciate and respect. Appreciate it in myself. In myself, for me, it is a gift. Yeah. So I think that's enough for this video. Best of luck to you. I wish you this, and until the next video, love you. Take care.